And that's where I told them about it. They told me basically to leave the group, but I said this. Hold on. I said this as soon as I told him. He leaked it to the public. By the way, I did leak his conversion the second he told me. So like, okay, you know, and even kind of like bland, I don't say bland, like normal conversations you would have just asking questions about theology. At this point, my, I guess, former friend, I don't know, I'm willing to reconcile with barely Protestant Father James. I had a conversation with him about apostolic succession and why wouldn't the Orthodox position be correct? And then he used that against me as saying I was 100% sure I'm becoming Orthodox. So, I mean, it just seems wise to not trust these people with every detail of your life, because they use it against you the moment you're not on their team. But I will give Redeem Zoomer credit. He's been very nuanced in his approach. And I do really appreciate that he's trying not to be just overly mean. So he said, it is clear he was seriously considering orthodoxy as early as July. Maybe I was asking serious questions and talking to people, but asking to do collabs with many Protestant apologists, including me, as late as August, which we didn't end up doing, without informing us he was no longer confident in Protestantism. To be fair, a lot of the content that I was making wasn't Protestant specific. It was more like I did an interview with, and maybe there's something that you could find, like some clip or something. But most of the stuff that I was doing was more like, hey, I'm really interested in what the LCMS has to say. Let me interview the guys from Scholastic Lutherans, which was a really cool interview, by the way. We did a part 1, and then I wasn't comfortable doing the part 2 thing because I was kind of a little further along, so I canceled that. So on and so forth. And I started to make a shift where I was doing just like, oh, I'm going to address this Catholic thing. Oh, I'm going to address this or whatever. But I don't know. There's always ways you could handle it better. If I didn't handle it in the best way, it is what it is. I apologize. Not my intent to hurt your feelings or anything like that. But yeah, it kind of is what it is. So anyway, so he says, point number 2 is barely Protestant has pointed out. He stated to a large audience Orthodox ethos that the ACNA is the most conservative Anglican body. Again, if Barely Protestant says that continuing Anglican Church is the most conservative, sure, go ahead. But I think some of the churches within the continuum are actually in communion with the ACNA. So I'm not sure how much of a difference there really is there. Maybe he can answer that on his end or something. But I really don't want to get dragged into some big hoopla over that. But anyway, you get the point. I think it's, I don't know, I think it's kind of silly to get upset about saying something's more conservative or whatever. It's like me saying Marco Rubio is more conservative than Ron DeSantis or something, and then getting really mad and crashing out because Marco Rubio is your favorite, like, politician or something. No! Or Ron DeSantis is your favorite. No, it's Ron! I mean, I would say at least give me, like, a little bit of time to respond to it. But as soon as he sent the text, he just started blasting me in public. Blam, 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 blam. It is what it is, man. I don't know what to do about that situation other than say, hey, I'm sorry. That's all I can say. He said, I noticed based on his overall tone and his recent interactions with myself and others, a more combative mindset than before. Not really. I mean, in our call that I had with Redeem Zoomer, he was saying, why didn't you tell me as early as whenever? And I said, because you literally do this. because the moment I tell you something that you don't like that's slightly outside of the realm of Protestantism, or that if I were to tell you I'm considering ABC 123 or I'm asking questions about ABC 123, the moment I tell you that, the very second I say that, immediately, boom, straight to social media. By the way, Cleave to Antiquities Becoming Orthodox before the premiere even aired. So, yeah, that's part of the reason. I think he got upset with that particular answer, and maybe he interprets that as being combative. But a lot of the phone calls I get from the people that I've done collaborations with, haven't really been to like, I mean, I don't want to say this about Redeemed Zoomer, so let me get him off the screen. But I've had conversations with other people over the phone, and it's not been like, hey, Cleve, how are you doing? Checking in on you. What are your reasons or whatever? It's been more like, I'm trying to get the insider scoop for my for my response video that I'm going to post later, kind of thing. Like, can you tell me exactly the timeline? Because I'm going to go and find some clips. Because I want to go and find, you know, whatever. Dude, I have more pressing things to concern myself with, like trying to make sure I do my morning prayers, like trying to make sure I do my evening prayers, like listening and reading the lives of the saints, like reading Orthodox theology, like trying to find a nice, you know, whatever. You get the point. I've got more pressing things to concern myself with than endlessly going to these back and forths. I did want to make this video just to address them very quickly, because I do think it's important just to address the more egregious ones, but I wanted to lay that out there just to kind of clear the air on some of the more egregious claims that were out there. But anyway, this is it's unfortunate becoming Orthodox enrages other Christians. Dude, it's crazy. I had so many response videos made. Granted, I don't really mind the response videos. I think a lot of them are actually pretty funny. There were only a couple you know, that were a little frustrating. But for the vast majority, I can't speak. The vast majority of them I actually found kind of funny. There was one, who's that guy? Who's that dude that says like hell is fake or something? He says like, oh, when you go to hell, you just like, you're like poof, dead like immediately. Who is that guy? A messenger of truth. His video I thought was actually pretty funny because on his thumbnail it was like, what did he say? He said he smelled his way into Orthodoxy. Dude, when I saw that, I broke down laughing, dude. I was cracking up. It was just like, it was like me like this. It was just like he smelled his way into Orthodoxy. Oh, dude. I thought that was funny. What did he say? All right, let me look at some of these super chats. I'm playing some pieces, $5. Hey, you had a good video. Somebody actually sent me your video and was like, oh, this is really interesting. This is really cool. And I think your production value is super awesome too. I'm playing some pieces, $5. I find the ACNA CA thing so funny. Do they not realize this is part of the issue? There's so many splinter groups, it's impossible to track. Yeah, I think that was maybe a bit of my, I'm hesitant to give another like critique because then I'm gonna get 50 more response videos. The Anglicans are very mad at me. They're taking it way worse than like any other group. I hope eventually it kind of like chills out and I can go back to being buddies with some of these guys, but I don't know. I think I have to be like super cautious in my interactions with a lot of them lately. But I agree, there are a lot of different splinter groups. It seems like this is the one thing that I'll say, and maybe they can, I don't know, they'll make a response video no matter what I say, so I'll just say it anyway. It seems like within Anglicanism, it is kind of like the path of just endless like fracture and splintering off and like kind of like a conservative, what do you call it? Like a purity spiral? Like the kind of purity spiral. It's like, okay, well, we're going to be conservative for some time or something. Like even Google can't keep up. Let me share something. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up on Google. What is the most conservative branch in Anglicanism? Like, I'm just gonna do this real quick. But again, let me be clear. Fairly Protestant says that it's the continuum. It's the continuing Anglican Church. So we'll go with that. All right. I don't want to keep making them mad, but I'm gonna pull this up anyway. So you type this in Google. What is the most conservative branch in Anglicanism? The ACNA. So Google can't even keep up with. You're absolutely right, Planks and Pieces. Google can't even keep up. It's impossible to track. But anyway, he says I misspoke about it, so that's fine. We'll go with his response there. Let's see. Okay. Jesse James, $10. Hey, bro, won't be able to financially support for most videos. Sorry, you went dark side. Oh, hold on. I went dark side. Let's see. Now that I'm Orthodox, I'm on the... This has got to be my background for all of my videos now. Hold on. Is this not working? I'm trying to change my neon. Oh, dang. I was trying to do this as a bit, but it's not working. I was going to turn my neon light red, but my remote's busted, I guess. Oh, well, I went dark side. I'll just do this like an angry face. Inspired to go to seminary, engage online apologetics, debate you, and save you from the defect of orthodoxy. Love you. That would be a wild arc, dude. It's like your conversion inspired me to go to seminary and then eventually debate you. You were the chosen one. Ah, you know, cast me into the lava or something. That'd be interesting. Hey, but I love you too, man. God bless you, Jesse. I appreciate you watching my videos. I do want to say this. My out of all of the Protestant branches, I respect the LCMS the absolute most. Love my LCMS friends. They are awesome. Alton Johnson, praying for you. I have a response coming, by the way. I'm sure I'll get like 50 more response videos in the coming days. Every day it feels like I wake up and I just like, I don't even search them out. I just get people texting me constantly. And my phone's like, ding, 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 ding. Oh, dude, did you see this person made a response video about you? Oh, okay. I guess so. It's got like, I don't know. They're all crazy. There was one. Who did one? There was a dude that did a response video, but it was like me photoshopped to be an Orthodox priest with my like purple head logo, but my neck's like super extended. I see these thumbnails. It just cracks me up, man. I'm like, oh man. This is what I'll say. At least they have like a good sense of humor. But I've always gotten like I've always gotten like a ton of response videos no matter what I do. This one was like I've gotten a ton with this particular one. So, but I do find some of them kind of funny. I don't want to sit here and like respond to every single thing because I don't think that would be inappropriate. But I did want to address the Father James one and just say generally to my friends that are Protestant, hey, I love you guys. And I'm sorry if this decision hurt you or if any of my actions hurt you, right? I'm not a perfect guy. I'm just as sinful as anyone else. So, you know, if you feel I should have told you earlier and you're, you know, you feel hurt, or even to any of the viewers, if you feel like I should have told you earlier and you're hurt or something along those lines, I apologize. I do hope that you forgive me. I hope that you pray for me. And I'm praying for all of you as well. I do want to bring up one interesting thought that I had. There was a gentleman that converted from, he was a Baptist that a very prominent Baptist that converted to Anglicanism. And a lot of the same Anglicans that are lashing out and calling me like a liar and a grifter for not announcing it earlier, they supported that Anglican leaving the Baptist church, becoming Anglican. And he was a seminary teacher right up until the day of his announcement. And they were completely fine with that guy converting in that way. But when it comes to me leaving Protestantism, it's like, we're up in arms, we're gonna get you, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, Matthew Barrett, that's what it was. Because he was a Baptist, he was a Baptist seminary teacher, wasn't he? He was teaching at a Baptist seminary, wasn't he? Or maybe it was a university. I don't want to mix up my points here, because then people will make response videos and say he lied about Matthew Barrett being a seminary teacher or something. He was some sort of getting paid by the institution up until the point of his conversion. He came out, he posted an article saying like, I don't remember what he said. He said something along the lines of like, he wasn't fulfilled in Baptist theology, so he's going to go become an Anglican. And they were all like, yes, excellent, 100% great. I think some of these dudes actually did interviews with Barrett, believe it or not. But those same people will then come to me and say like, he betrayed us by not telling us, you know, like when he began asking questions. Another thing that I want to point out is that I've always asked questions on this channel. The nature of this channel is that I do a bunch of interviews, right? I do a ton of interviews. I talk with Orthodox. I talk with Roman Catholics. I talk with Lutherans, I talk with Anglicans, I talk to everybody, you know, on this channel. At one point, I was seriously considering joining the LCMS. You know, that was a thought process going through my head. So should I have announced that, you know, oh, I'm becoming LCMS or something? I mean, I might have made some videos that were like, oh, I did. You know what? Actually, I can't even use that because I did that quiz thing and it scored me. It scored me Lutheran. So they'll take that out of context and say, oh, he's lying. He's saying he never said it. You know? So you get the point. There's nothing I could say to win in this situation, but you get the point. The Matthew Barrett guy, he was working at his university up until the point that he converted. These same people praised him and were like, woohoo, yippee! Matthew Barrett becoming Anglican. I didn't see all these same voices shaming him, saying he you know, was a scumbag or something for not announcing it publicly prior to, you know, his conversion or whatever. He announced it, and then he literally moved into another position the next day. But all these Anglicans like, woo, yippee, and then they attack me because I'm becoming Orthodox.
Of course I'm listening to this. It's okay. Cinema.